question
that kept playing in my mind. What promise am I willing to keep for the next 10 years of my life? And I think I finally found my answer. I have no idea what my life will look like 10 years from now. I don't know how many times I'll fail. I don't know how many times I'll keep starting over. I don't know how many times people will keep telling me to be realistic. I don't know how many moments I'll spend questioning myself whether I'm good enough. But I know one thing with absolute certainty. No matter what happens, I won't stop. There are dreams that fit inside the life you're expected to live. And then there are dreams that ask for entire life in return. Mine is one of those dreams. I dream of creating music that outlives me. Music that becomes part of someone's happiest moments. Music that finds people I've never met and reminds them they're not alone. I dream of standing on stages that today exist only in my imagination, looking out into a crowd of thousands of people, hearing a song that once lived only inside my bedroom. I dream of becoming a music producer, a world-touring DJ, an artist whose work connects with people across the world. I dream of starting my own record label that gives the next generation of artists a place to belong. A studio where ideas become records. A community built around creativity and connections instead of fear. One day, maybe even a festival that brings all of it together. Not because I want people to know my name, but because I know what music did for me. Music found me before success ever could. It gave me direction before I knew where I was going. It gave me a purpose long before I had a proof that any of this was possible. Maybe that's why I can't let it go. The truth is, this dream probably doesn't make sense for most people. And I understand that, because the biggest dreams rarely make sense in the beginning. They only make sense after years of invisible work that nobody sees. That's the part I'm choosing. The early mornings, the late nights, the failures, the uncertainty, the moments when nothing seems to move forward. Because one day they'll become a part of my story. So today, I'm making a promise, publicly, but not to the internet, not to an audience, not to the algorithm, but to myself. For the next 10 years of my life, I'll keep showing up every single day. I'll keep learning, I'll keep improving, and I'll keep producing more and more music. And I'll expand my network and connections. And I'll get out of my comfort zone. I'll also keep learning things out of music. I'll keep failing and I'll keep getting back up. When nobody believes, I'll keep going, no matter what happens. When numbers don't move, when I doubt myself, and when it takes longer than I imagined, I'll keep going. Because I'd rather spend the next 10 years chasing a dream that feels impossible than spend the rest of my life wondering who I could have become if I had never stopped believing myself and in this dream. If you're watching this 10 years from now, I hope you're proud because you never walked away from the promise. This is the beginning. July 2026. No shortcuts, just the work. One day at a time for the next 10 years of my life. I'll keep pushing and living my life in the fullest. This is my promise, and see you in the next 10 years.
En het is echt ziek en ik hou er echt van het proces. Ik kan echt niet watchen om meer bevriendingen van de IDEM Show te maken. En binnenkort komt mijn muziek uit. En echt zo fucking